Hello, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to all of you in this session today. Uh, I hope you are able to hear me perfect. There is no issues in my sound. A very warm welcome to all of you in this PMax session today. We're really excited here to be hosting you guys, to be answering a lot of questions about PMax. We have completely covered the fundamentals of PMax in today's session, and we are hoping that once you walk out of this session, you'll be able to have your queries answered and you will gain a lot of knowledge about PMax as a product. In today's session, I have with me Sanjay, who will be a co-host and a co-presenter. But before that, I'll quickly introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Aratrika, and I am a facilitator and trainer at Google. I have been with Google and the digital marketing industry for quite some time now. Quickly over to you, Sanjay. Please do a quick introduction, and I will see everyone in a bit.
Thanks, Aratrika. Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to each one of you. Myself, Sanjay. I have pretty extensive experience in the ad tech technology, and with that, I'll try my best to be the good facilitator for today's session. Over to the next slides. Aratrika, you want to explain this slide?
Sure, Sanjay. So before we move on, I would really want to give a quick and brief summary of the exciting things that we have in today's session. So we really want the session to be engaging for all the participants, and there is a great opportunity for everyone to meet our PMs. So what you need to do is you need to scan the QR code that you see on screen here and provide your feedback, your opinions, your experience about the Google products, and you can get a great opportunity to meet our PMs. You can also join our product expert community by adding in your feedback. Along with that, participants who are engaging with us in today's session, asking us questions, they will get an opportunity to get Google Swag. So you just need to go ahead and scan this QR code. I'll just quickly take a pause for 10 seconds so that everyone can go ahead and scan this code and quickly add in your comments, feedbacks, and your questions that you have. So a quick 10 seconds, Sanjay.
Sure. I'll start in 10 seconds.
Sure.
All right. I have a strong feeling that many of you have scanned the code and been registering for this product expert community. I'll proceed with the next slides. Okay. The agenda for today is basically the introduction to the Performance Max campaign, why, how it is a AI powered, how we can leverage that, how start using performance campaigns, the structure of it, multiple objectives that it serves, optimization, and how the feed optimization and what are the other best practices that we have for the PMax campaign. So first of all, let's take a look at how you can use AI to uncover new pockets of demand by marketing at the speed of the consumers, no matter how unpredictable their journey may be, and why the insights reporting measurement is a core stone of AI-powered solutions like PMax. Consumer journey are now moving targets. Purchases, their decisions online are more complex, dynamic, and nuances than ever. On one hand, consumers are turning into real product detectives, and we observe that this research obsession as people explore and evaluate their options more than ever before. 61% of the consumers are using 5 or more online resources. I'll repeat, 61% of the consumers are using 5 or more online resources before they buy anything, like search, watching an online video, going to maps. This is an all-time high ever compared to past. And we see searches that are more refined and specific. Consumers are not just looking for apparel, they are searching for matching pajamas for their couples. With all this, on the other hand, the opposite is happening. Impulse shopping has grown significantly over year and year since 2019, with a quarter of consumers saying that they have purchased on impulse in a 2 day period. And this is precisely where the Performance Max campaign comes in the picture as an AI solution. Performance Max campaign is a powerful AI driven campaign type offered by Google Ads that combines the strength of various ad formats and targeting methods. It leverages machine learning to automatically optimize your campaigns across 7 different channels owned by Google, that is, search, display, YouTube, discovery, Gmail, maps, and shopping. Performance Max campaign is an ideal solution for businesses which are looking for maximizing their ROI, expanding their reach, simplified campaign management, and driving the incremental conversions. So, Performance Max campaign is a powerful campaign type that helps business achieve goals, their marketing objectives such as increasing their online sales, generating leads, and boosting offline sales. It's a fully automated, meaning Google AI handles everything from bidding to targeting and choosing the best ad format that is going to be served to the potential customer. This campaign type leverages the entire Google network, including the 7 channels that I have mentioned. It uses variety of ad formats like images, videos, and text to capture attention and drive conversions. Performance Max Campaign is a super smart tool from Google that uses AI to find the best way to get you more customers. It's like a robot that is figuring out where to show your ad, whom to show your ad, how much to spend, how much to bid, and whom to target. This specific tool is really good at getting results that we're going to be discussing on the next slide. And this is very specific to business that use Performance Max campaign. And the business that are using Max campaign have witnessed a 18% increase in sales and leads without spending any incremental money. This is an insight on your screen. The agile campaigns enable you budget to flow demand and growth whenever they are across the channels and inventory. That will deliver the most value to you. While this may be a change from channel specific approaches, some marketing team use it worth is based upon the results. When PMax first came out couple of years ago, we were seeing 13% more conversions at a similar cost per action, whereas now that PMax people who are using PMax are looking at an 18% uplift with a similar budget. PMax campaign uses AI to help your business grow in a 3 different ways, which is reaching more customers, boosting conversions, and gaining valuable insights. What means reaching more customers? PMax finds new customers across all Google platforms such as search, YouTube, display, and expand your reach. It also boosts your conversions by optimizing your ads to get the most valuable conversions, increases your sales or leads. The third point is gaining valuable insights, where it provides insight to your customer behavior and performance, helping you to make smarter decisions, improve your campaigns. Performance campaign uses AI to automatically show your ads to the right people at the right time. You can set specific goals like increasing online sales, getting more leads, or boosting offline sales. The AI will then work to achieve these goals by optimizing your ads across different platforms. By assigning different values to your conversions, you can optimize the most valuable action and ensure that your ad are driving the best value for your business. Performance Max campaign leverages AI to maximize conversions across various Google platforms. When used new customer acquisition, it's designed to identify new audiences and optimize ad delivery. I'm going to explain this in detail. By identifying new audiences means Google AI identifies potential customers who have not interacted with your brand before. It also analyzes the vast amount of data to find people who match your target audience. This also optimize your delivery. That means the AI automatically adjusts your ad delivery to reach the new customers. And it also optimizes factors like bidding, targeting, and ad formats to maximize conversions. Now we have an insight that advertisers that use the new customer only mode have improved their new customer ratio by 13% with a reduced cost per acquisition by 19%, which is a good result. Every practitioner like us thinks how to get multiply conversions and increase conversion value at the same time. The solution we have is cross channel bidding strategies. With cross channel bidding strategies, you can optimize your bids across different Google channels and get the best results. This helps you find more valuable conversions even from unexpected places and placements. By focusing on your goals and customers, you can unlock new opportunities and achieve better performance. Agencies can make the most of performance max, but how? All this is can be done by providing the high quality inputs to the performance max campaigns, which are your bidding and advanced goals, the budgeting, measurement and data, creative feeds and insights. I'll explain each one of them. What means by bidding and advancement input feeding to the performance max campaign? This is by leveraging value based bidding and targeting new customers to optimize for key performance indicators like ROI and customer lifetime value. By budgeting, I mean flexible budgeting and tools like performance planner usage, which can help you optimize your campaign performance across different channels. Measurement and data input is a very crucial part of optimizing your campaign. This is by leveraging measurement to build a sustainable strategy, bidding strategy, identifying high value leads, and provide relevant audience signals to guide AI decision optimizations. I'll explain more about the audience signals in the same. Creativity and feeds. To optimize performance max campaign, we need to provide AI with variety of high quality text, images and video ads, and to ensure your product feed is up to date and accurate. We'll also need to leverage the insight to uncover new opportunities and optimize performance by analyzing audience segments, identifying top performing assets, and understanding customer behavior. Now, the very important slide that is about Power Pair. With all that we discussed about Performance Max Camp in the previous couple of minutes, I think we're in a good position to start over the next segment, which is how Performance Max campaign is compatible with other campaign types and what is power pairing. So, power pairing is just a mix of your search campaign and a performance max campaign. The only caveat here is that your search campaign is enabled with broad match. Basically, a search campaign plus performance max campaign where search is enabled with broad match and smart bidding strategy is enabled, resulting in maximizing coverage across search queries and expand all other inventory to drive incremental conversions. Coming to the next part is how to start using Performance Max campaign. Setting up a performance campaign is pretty straightforward. However, to get the best results, it is crucial to provide Google AI with the right information. Most of it I've already discussed in the previous slides, but I'll be very specific here. Here is a simple guide that you can use is setting up your goals, decide what you want to achieve. Example, more sales or it's gonna be a website visit. Choosing the performance max campaign, this is something that you can do at the campaign level in the Google Ads. Setting up your budget, decide how much you want to spend. Choose additional campaign setting like targeting and etc. Create asset groups and input audience signals. You can also add extensions, which is optional but yet recommended. By following these steps and providing quality information, you can maximize the potential of your performance max campaign. Most of us here might be thinking about what is it needed to launch a successful performance max campaign. Setting up a clear goal, organizing your campaigns, creating great ads, using your product information, and optimizing your ads regularly are the 5 steps. I'll be detailed for each of them. Choosing the right conversion goal and bidding strategy to align your and to allow your client business objective is thus mean setting up a clear goal. Organizing your campaign by determining the optimal campaign structure, including timing and separate campaign and effective asset group segmentation is very crucial here. Add at least 3 videos in a various aspect ratios, which is your vertical, horizontal, and square, and up to 20 images of size 600 into 314 pixels, 300 by 300, 480 480 into 600 pixels. And if you are using store visits, then it should be 314 into 314 pixel. Enrich your ads by linking your Google Merchant Center feed to or another relevant feed to customize your ad creatives. You can also leverage and optimize your ads by leveraging your URL expansion and asset automation to boost search visibility and drive traffic to the relevant pages. Now you're looking at the very detailed information, like what are the best practices, what are the number of headlines that you need to provide, best practices for your title insertion, best practices for your images adding, and the video practices. It's recommended to use 15 headlines with which are less than 30 characters, one headline with less than 15 characters, one headline less than 90 characters, 5 descriptions with less than 90 characters, and another set of 5 descriptions with less than 60 characters, business name, brand name, and plain text, and all relevant extensions are required. Uh, the pixel size, image size I've already discussed on the previous slide. The video best practices is to at least have 3 videos of each orientation, uh, on one vertical and one square, between 10 to 60 seconds is something that is recommended. All right. Now stepping into the next question that we have is, do you want to supercharge your Performance Max campaign? We need to follow the 4 steps. We need to boost the text search visibility and match ads to the right pages with the URL expansion and asset automation. We also need to let Google AI create amazing text and images for your ads. This can be generated via generate assets feature. You can also improve ad performance with the web to app connect feature. And you must use tools to ensure that your brand is always representative positively. Since we have been speaking much about the Performance Max optimization, let deep dive into the search themes and audience signals, which can be set at the asset group level. I'll repeat, the search themes and audience signals can be set at the asset group level. Search themes is in Performance Max campaigns help you drive put ads and help your ads reach more people effectively. These are like keywords, but they work across different Google platforms, not just search. By adding relevant search themes, you can expand your reach and you can improve your targeting. For instance, if you sell basketball shoe, adding fashionable sneakers as a search theme can help you reach wider audience. The one thing here is that you can add up to 25 themes per ad group. Remember, they are optional and you can adjust them later also. Using search themes can give you your Performance Max campaign a boost, making it more competitive with traditional keyword based campaigns. Now, stepping into the audience signals, again, very important. This helps the AI to work more efficiently. You can provide audience signals. These are like clues that help the Google AI understand who is your ideal customer. You can add one audience signal clue per asset group. Each audience signal can be made up of multiple audience segments within it, which is a mix of the information like your previous customers, search themes, or website visits. Over to you, Ratrika.
Hey, thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for that detailed explanation. Now, before we begin, I just want to reiterate that if you have any questions on PMax or whatever has been discussed right now, please type in your questions in the comment box so that we can answer all your queries. Now, whatever that we discussed so far with the fundamentals of PMax. What is PMax? What are its benefits? How can you leverage AI to generate more efficient campaigns that will help you reach audience with compelling creatives, so on and so forth. From this slide onwards, what we are going to discuss is that how can we leverage PMax as a campaign type, PMax as a product for each of our marketing objectives. How can we optimize it better? What are those factors that Sanjay spoke about? How can we leverage it better for an enhanced performance? So there are multiple objectives that we might have as an account manager, as a marketer, as an agency manager, etc. So we can have lead generation as an objective. We can have online store visits as an online sales as an objective, offline store visits as an objective. So there could be multiple things that we have as an objective. Before moving forward, I see a couple of questions in the comment box. Please allow me some time because we have just started with the second half. I will come back to your questions, and then after that we will. And there will be some of your questions will already be covered in this slide. So please allow me some time. So. Yeah, so the first objective that we will discuss today is Performance Max for lead generation. Now, Performance Max is not only important, but it also plays a very critical factor when we talk about lead generation. Now, how does Performance Max help here? So Sanjay spoke about something called as a power pair, right? Now, what was a power pair? If you remember, power pair is a combination of the search ads as well as the Performance Max campaigns. Now, how is it a power pair? Search ads are keyword text based ads which are targeting very specific customers who are looking for some product or services that are very specific. Now, Performance Max gives a very strong boost to the search ads. Being a keyword less campaign, it actually understands what kind of like the search ads, how they are performing, what kind of audience are converting, what kind of leads you're getting. And along with that, if you add along with the search ad, when you're adding a Performance Max campaign, it actually helps you broaden your audience because Performance Max is an AI based campaign, right? And Performance Max is actually understanding the kind of audiences that is working for your search campaigns, and it is also targeting similar audiences for your service. And hence, for lead generation, having a combination of Performance Max along with your search ads is it's a very powerful combination. It's a very it's a power pair that can do wonders for your lead generation business. Now, what happens here is that at oftentimes we get confused that whether our search campaigns will hamper the PMax campaign or our PMax campaign will hamper the search campaign. Just let me tell you that when these two campaigns are working together, if you have a Performance Max campaign running and a search campaign running, whenever you are having a search campaign, exact match and broad match campaigns, your ads with your search campaigns will always be prioritized over PMax campaign. Moving forward, so there is also for lead generation business, there is also something called conversion value rules. Now, what is conversion value rules? So it is not possible for us every time for the system every time to get an understanding of the account from the account itself or from the data provided by the system. In such scenarios, when the backend system or Google's AI needs more information about the account, you can actually set certain conversion value rules. Now, these conversion value rules are an input that will be provided by you as a marketer. So please be mindful that your input here will be very critical. Now, what kind of inputs can you provide here? The first example is audiences. You can actually give that information to the system, that what kind of audience will works best for you, what kind of audience personas work best for you, so that the system can understand that, okay, these are the audience that the similar audiences that I can target. The second is geolocation. So you can adjust values, you can assign specific values to certain geolocations which matter more to you. So there could be one geographic location that matters more to you than the other. So you can assign a value to that location that actually works best for you. Similarly for device as well. So if you are really targeting a mobile user than a web user, you can actually go ahead and assign a higher value for a mobile user. So that's how you can assign certain conversion values, and these conversion value rules will and consequently it will help Google system to understand what is working best for you, and it will optimize itself in a way that will give you an enhanced result. Now, the next objective that we are going to talk about is performance max for store goals. Now, this goal is particularly for those advertisers or those service providers who want something beyond online sales, who want people to actually visit their stores offline. Now, how does performance max help as a campaign, as a product, help here? The first thing is it will definitely reach out to the right person at the right time. Now, someone might be searching on Google that the maybe an XYZ store near to this location. Now, what happens is when you are typing in such a query, Google's AI definitely knows, it immediately knows that this is the person who is actually planning to play a visit, and this is the right time when I can show this ad to this person. That's how it will help you give that, again, that extra boost. The someone who is already in that searching phase will see that ad and will be triggered to visit your store. So that's how it works um, for goals with store visits. It will also create that messaging. It will also create that messaging which will be the right messaging for your ads based on your use, on the user query, based on the query that Google is receiving. To it will customize the messaging in that way. So maybe I, as a customer, I am searching for something similar to what Sanjay is searching, but our query is actually different than each other. So what happens in this kind of a scenario is it understands that what kind of query am I providing, even though the product or service I'm searching for might be the same, that me and Sanjay are looking for. But when our queries are different, based on our queries, the messaging that we see for the ad will also be different. So, and the next thing is the right platform. So the biggest advantage of using a PMax campaign is that it uses multiple inventory. So if I am someone who prefers YouTube, I will see the ad on YouTube. If I'm someone who prefers search, then I will see an ad on search. So for store visits, PMax is designed in such a way that it can cater to the right person at the right time with the right messaging and in the right platform. Now, there are certain critical factors that we need to keep in mind for store goal objectives. The first thing is, now for the question here is, why do we want to optimize for for store visits? Now, it could be that you want to maximize traffic for multiple store locations that you have, or you want to support specific store locations, or you want to showcase your product through store visits. So there are multiple objectives that you might have, and hence there could be multiple strategies that you want to follow. Now, maximizing traffic across all locations is something that PMax is really beneficial for. So, but what we need to keep in mind here is that how we want to optimize this ad, and what is it that we need to do. So what we need to do here is that we need to specifically add this as an input to the system, that what our objective here is that we want to prioritize store visit. That is an input that has to come from our end as a marketer. And when we specify the objectives that we have, when we specify the goal that we have, PMax campaign will actually optimize for that particular goal to give us that enhanced result. The final goal that we are going to talk about here is performance max for online sales. And this is like, online, we are living in the era of online sales. People prefer online sales. They are always browsing, always searching for something online. Now, how PMax helps us here is that in traditionally what we have seen, that in inventory, formats, bidding, control, and transparency, PMax has been operating in a particular way. But for advertisers who have focused on online sales, there are a lot of things that are new in PMax. For example, in inventory, we have dynamic search ads right now, discovery ads, YouTube in-stream ads, and maps. Now, this is something which is completely new. Similarly, in formats, along with search, 3P display, ONO display, now we have text ads, YouTube in-stream ads, maps. For bidding, also we have maximize conversion with optional CPA. Sorry. And we have certain audience signals in control and transparency. So we will be able to see the audience that are working for us, the audience that are not working for us, and basis our analysis, the insights that we get out from there, we can give more data to Google system to understand that what kind of audience will work for us, and Google's AI will target those similar audiences. Now, again, certain sales based best practices, especially when it comes to online sales, the promotional timing. Now, we know that the BFCM is on the way, and like this, throughout the year, we might be having different promotional events. Now, in certain scenarios, it is always a best practice to create your PMax campaign well in advance, so that it can run for some time, and it can understand the data, it can equip itself to perform to at its full potential. And also what happens is that when in that span of, say, for example, 2 to 3 weeks, we will also get an understanding that what is working for us, what is not working for us, and we can go back and optimize the campaigns. The second thing is prioritize visual assets. So PMax is a campaign which really focuses on creating compelling visual creatives. Now, when we provide those assets while creating the campaigns, it could be our logo, the headlines, the images, the videos. Now, what will happen is AI will come to AI will work at the back end and put together all those assets to create compelling creatives that is tailor based and customized based on users, based on their query, what kind of personas they have, and based on that the ads will serve. The third thing here is run performance max in parallel with search keyword campaign. I think we have spoken about this multiple times. The reason why we are focusing this is, in the past, based on our analysis, we have seen that advertisers or users who have used performance max campaign in parallel with their search campaign, with the keyword campaigns, it has worked wonders for them in not only increasing conversions, reaching new audiences, and also improving the ROAS. Now, we can drive online sales by engaging all the users, and at the same time we can acquire lot of new customers by leveraging an option of optimizing new customers. This is something that we are going to talk about in the next slide. Now, there are three primary NCA, which is new customer acquisition model. The first one that you see on the left hand side of your screen is bid higher for new customers than existing ones. Now, bidding higher for new customer and for bidding higher for new customers than existing ones, this is a very very powerful tool for advertisers who are focusing on online sales. Now, how is it beneficial? What happens here is that when you choose this bidding strategy, Google's AI at the back end works in a way that will understand that the existing customers are important to me, but at the same time the new customers are also important. I mean, it will bid higher to acquire more customers, and it will give you more customers into your bucket. So how this helps is you are retaining your old customers, existing customers. At the same time, you are developing your entire customer base by adding in more customers into your bucket. That's how this bidding strategy will help. Now, the third one, the extreme right side that you see here, only bid for new customers. This is something which is very critical for lead generation business, because we do understand that when it comes to lead generation, there might be a specific window within which you do not want to target the same customer, and hence it makes more sense for you to bid for the new customer, and hence the only bid for new customer, this bidding strategy is helpful for lead generation business. But if your objective is to increase online sales, we highly recommend that you go ahead with the bid higher for new customer than existing ones, this bidding strategy, so that you can retain your existing customer. At the same time, you can go out for the new customers. Now, the middle one here, that is bid higher for high value new customer than regular new customers and existing ones. This is currently in beta. It will soon be available for all the advertisers. But just to give everyone a quick understanding of how this particular strategy works, how this works is so when I am bidding for two customers, so for example, I am a customer and Sanjay is also a customer. Google has an understanding through the behavior of the customer and through the past to purchase history. So okay, let me take a step back and give an explanation of how PMax campaign work. Now, PMax campaign always tracks back the customer journey. It is a campaign which always analyzes the historical data of the customer. So me as a customer might have certain touch points, certain platforms, whereas Sanjay as a customer might have a different user journey, might have different touch points. PMax as a campaign leverages Google's AI to track this history, and it has an understanding of which customer will have the probability of bringing higher value to the table, and hence it will bid higher for that particular customer. So if Sanjay has an ability of bringing higher value for the advertiser, at the same time I am also a customer, it will bid for me as well, but it will bid higher for Sanjay to acquire Sanjay as a customer. Now, this is currently in beta stage, but we are hoping that very soon it will be available for all advertisers. Okay, next. Now, after we discussed new customer acquisition, a very common question that might come to your mind is Google identifies new customers, that fine, it tracks back the history, but how does it do so? What kind of data does it analyze? Now, there are two kinds of data that it analyzes with. One is its own ability, the ability of artificial intelligence, that it tracks everything. And the second thing is the data that we are providing, the input that is coming from us as account managers and agency managers. The first here is customer list. Now, customer list is something that we need to upload. We need to tell the system that what kind of customers actually work for us, what is the past what is the past conversion history that we have, which kind of customers have already converted. This is something that that we need to provide as an input. Now, this next thing is auto detection. Now, Google's algorithm, it will determine whether a user is new or it's a returning user with a past purchase history of 540-day look back window. Now, if within that 540 day I am repeating a purchase, I am coming back as a customer, Google's AI will auto detect me as a repeat customer. And again, it will get an understanding that I as a customer, how if I am converting, then similar kind of customers who are like me will also probably convert, and it will target similar customers. The third and a very important one is global site tags. So we really recommend using these site tags in your website, in your landing page, so that you are passing on the information and passing on the right data to Google system. Okay, I see a question here. Any tips for PMax lead gen? So as we mentioned, for PMax lead gen, it is very important for us that we assign the right the values. We use the right bidding strategy. For example, as we mentioned, acquire new customer only. We can go ahead and use that bidding strategy so that uh, Google's AI can target the new customer, it can bid higher for the new customers. At the same time, we need to assign values for lead generation business. We do acknowledge that there could be multiple conversion actions, and there could be some actions that are very important for us, and there could be some actions which are not so important to us. And it is important for us to assign values for each of the conversion actions based on how important it is for us, it is to us. And PMax campaign will prioritize each of those conversion actions to drive what is most important for you. Okay, moving forward. So let's talk about something on the lines of reporting and insights. So again, we have spoken about this quite a few times. Always remember that for PMax campaign or for any AI generated campaign, the better input that you can provide, the more fruitful result you will be getting. So the inputs that are coming from us as agency managers will be taken into consideration, and you will receive better outputs from that particular campaign. Now this is a certain table we have. What we have done here is, traditionally the way that the reporting used to work for us and how it does for us now with PMax campaign. For example, understanding fluctuations in performance. Earlier, traditionally, we used to do it manually to track all the performance, what kind of changes or what kind of optimizations we have made. But now with Performance Max campaign, because the optimization is mostly AI backed, there is a change history that you will find in Performance Max campaign. And with the change history, you can see whatever optimizations it has made, whatever changes it has made to your campaigns, and you will get an understanding that what is working for you, whether this particular change is working for you or it is not working for you, and you can always go back and make the optimizations accordingly. So again, this is a table. I'm not getting into the details of it, but what you can do here, so this is a link that you can save. You can also go to ads on air and watch this session at any point of time. So what you can do is you can go back and see in this table at what kind of reporting and insights we had traditionally in the digital marketing era, and now with Performance Max, how can you have new insights? It could be based on diagnostic, it could be based on assets, audience, what kind of assets are working for you, what kind of audiences are working for you. There could be multiple combinations that you can analyze, and then you can take a final decision that, okay, this is the particular asset that I'm going to use, or this is the particular audience set that I'm going to use. Now, there are certain things that the innovations and insights, there are certain things that we have. Now, out of this, there are things that are already launched, and there are certain things that are in the development phase, and it will be launched very soon. Now, the first thing that is already launched is the asset audience insights. Now, this is an insight which is very important. This will actually give us an idea of which asset is resonating with which audience. So there could be one asset which resonates with me, but it is possible that it is not resonating with Sanjay. So that kind of data you will get, and you will have that flexibility to retain a particular asset or a creative for a particular set of audience, and you can use another completely different set of asset for another segment of audience. So that's how asset audience insights works. Then next we have the diagnostic insights. This again helps advertisers understand if there is any issue with the campaign because of which the campaigns are not serving. What is the issue? If there is any policy related issue or anything else, it will help you gain that insight, and from there you can go back and make those changes. Now, there are other insights which are not yet launched, which are budget insights and 1p insights and channel path insights. The budget is mostly on the budget pacing, and the 1p insights and channel path insights are mostly on which channels are working for you and which channels are not working for you. But these are currently in development phase, which will soon be launched. Okay, there is another question. So if I have three conversion actions, none of them extremely qualified, I should still attribute values to them based on their qualification. Now, here I would say that the best decision maker will be you. So if you have three conversion actions, and if you have decided on those three conversion actions, you will be the best judge to know that this is the conversion action that's most important to me. Now, if there is a particular conversion action that is most important to you, then you have to assign a higher value to that particular conversion action when compared to the other two. So that's how we would recommend. But that's a great question, and thank you for asking that. So what happens is we often receive this question that how do we assign value to conversion actions when we have multiple conversion actions. So what our answer here is that if there are multiple conversion actions, then we have to make a trade off here. We have to align on one conversion action that is most important to us, and we have to assign a value higher to that particular conversion action in compared to the rest of it. But we do acknowledge that for lead generation business, there could be multiple conversion actions, and hence please have a discussion if with your advertiser, or if it's your own business, please have this understanding that which conversion action matters most to you, and assign the conversion value based on that importance.
Adding to this, absolutely correct, Aratrika. Additionally, is that every conversion action that you have declared, that must have a value. Since performance max in AI driven campaign, uh, it's not a best practice to leave any action without any value. So what you can do is, what we recommend is adding the conversion action which guarantees the lead qualification, and PMax can bring valuable leads for you if declared. So you may have different conversion action, promising the lead qualification. One is not that much. The value assigned to the one which is guaranteed you the qualification should have a higher value.
Thanks, Sanjay. We have another question. Do you think using PMax without assets is worthy? I mean, when we are trying to focus on shopping placement. So, to answer this, again, a very great question. Uh, I would like to take you a couple of slides back. Just give me one moment. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, it's behaving a little weird. Yeah, on particularly on these slide. So what we have tried to focus here is we have mentioned the best practices along all the segments of assets. So to answer your question directly, that yes, we think that providing assets is very critical. You can always opt for AI generated asset. So in PMax campaign, it will be AI generated creatives, but the input has to come from us. If you see here, we have put together certain best practices when it comes to text, when it comes to images, videos, logos, everything. And the reason why we have put this slide together is that we often see that advertisers or agency managers miss out on following the best practices, and the ad strength that we finally get out of it, the 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 ads that we get out of it, the quality of that ad is poor, or the strength of that ad is poor. Hence, it is very important that you not only provide assets, which is an absolute yes, but you provide the assets following the best practices that are mentioned in this particular slide. For example, when it comes to text best practices, add 15 headlines with less than 30 characters, or just you know uh, add one headline with less than 15 characters. So there are multiple best practices. We always recommend that you at least add 3 videos, so that Google's AI can combine all those 3 videos and create one as a creative which is very compelling. So there could be multiple best practices, but please go ahead and add your assets along with the best practices. Otherwise, you will not be able to leverage the power of AI. You will not be able to leverage the power of PMax as a campaign. Hope that answers your question.
In addition to that, there are other couple of best practices while focusing on shopping placement is to maintain a high quality product feed, uh, which needs to be accurate, up to date, detailed product information, high quality images again, and competitive pricing also. Compelling creative assets is important for managing your diverse asset library. I would say strong call to actions and mobile friendly creative are must uh, in a best practices that we have. So yeah, it's important to have uh, these guidelines.
Thank you, Sanjay. Okay, moving on, we are going to talk about another interesting thing here is campaign fluctuation analysis. So here, this campaign fluctuation analysis is something that we call as explanation. Now, how it works is when you go to your PMax campaign, there will be different. When you go to the account and you filter out by PMax campaign, there could be multiple campaigns that you see. Now you could see a change in the performance of that campaign. It could be a decrease in conversions, or anything that you see, and you can see a change in the particular column that you have here, the change percentage. Now the first question that comes to us is, why has this changed? Why has this gone down? If in case this is a negative change, the first question that comes to our mind is that, why has this gone down? Now, here in this particular tab, when you go ahead and click on, not click, when you go ahead and put your cursor on that particular column, on that data point which is showing a negative data, what you see is a pop-up of whether you want to see an explanation for this or not, that why this particular change has happened, what triggered this change. So now when you click on that, you can see that which particular brands or products have actually won the auction, and where have you lost the impression, or where have you lost the conversion. So that kind of input will actually help you develop certain insights where you can go back, and then you can do an optimization based on the insights that you're getting from this explanation. So please, whenever you see a drop or a negative performance, then please go ahead and click on that negative performance, where you can see a pop-up of whether do you want to see an explanation. And when you see that explanation, you will get an understanding that which are the products or brands that are performing better than you, and you can go back and make those changes. Now, again, I think we spoke about this quite a few times, that we have to prioritize certain things within that. Our customer match list and dynamic remarketing list are the ones where we definitely need which we definitely need to prioritize and give that data to Google system so that it can keep on optimizing the campaigns for better performance. Now, again, we will try to address another frequently asked question. Um, so, brand safety and suitability controls is something that we'll need to address. Okay, I know that there could be, when we launched PMax a few years back, the most frequently asked question that we had was, whether the PMax campaign will adhere to our brand safety guidelines and suitability guidelines. So I'm very happy to say that it will definitely take care of your brand safety and suitability controls. If there are any keywords that you want to exclude, if there are any particular brands that you want to exclude for your PMax campaign, then you can definitely do that. When it comes to keyword, you cannot do it specifically for PMax. You have to do it at an account level. But when it comes to brands, you can specifically exclude certain brands from the PMax campaign, and the PMax campaign won't be served for those keywords or brands. This is particularly for those advertisers who are very particular about certain brand guidelines, and they don't want their ads to show to certain brands or certain keyword users. So this is particularly for those advertisers. Now we have almost come to the end of the presentation, and this is a very important segment that I would want to cover here is the feed optimization. Now, this is not only important, and I know that we miss out on this oftentimes. And the first thing that we have in mind is maybe the PMax campaign is not working for us, but what we fail to realize oftentimes is that these are the points that could be detrimental to the performance of our campaigns. Now, the feed funnel that we see here, obviously the feed funnel will be narrower the more we go down. So there will be an entire product portfolio that we are working with. There could be some that are approved, there could be fewer that are in stock, and there could be fewer which we are targeting. So the feed funnel will actually go narrower and narrower with our with the way it progresses. Now, what is our action item here is that we need to first have an understanding that which particular SKUs, which particular products are the ones that we want to target. And if we are very confident, and if we have an alignment of that particular portfolio, please make sure that those particular SKUs are always on in stock, and those are added to your feed. So these are certain best practices that you need to ensure, without which it will be really detrimental to the campaign's performance. Now, Now, this is again related to feed optimization. So, in your Google Merchant Center, you need to check for certain important things. One is again your dynamic remarketing list. This is very important for your PMax campaign to to go to the next level. And you have to ensure that all your SKUs are in stock, so that whenever they are able to see the feed, they click on it, they are able to go ahead and purchase the product as well. Now, couple of things that we have highlighted here to give you an understanding of what a good high quality PMax campaign high quality shopping ad looks like. The first is image. We have to provide a high quality image. The next is in the title, it has to include brands, gender, product type, size, and color to give that entire visibility to the customer as well. In the title, in the description, we have to add as much as relevant information possible, which has to be aligned with your website and your landing page. Be very transparent about your pricing. If there are any extra shipping charges, any extra taxes that you would want to add, please be clear and transparent with that, and add customer reviews. So these are few components that you have to add to make the entire ad more to make it a high quality ad and to get the most out of it. Now, again, this particular slide gives you an understanding of the best practices in terms of category, the recommended structure, along with an example. So I'll just, like, for example, if you are into apparel category, please do mention the brand, the gender that you are targeting, the product type and its attributes like color, size, what is the material, etc. So, and a quick example here is Ann Teller women's sweater black size 6. Now, what you see here is the brand, with which gender it is for, what color it is, and what size it is. And it's a sweater. So the description has to be concise, but it has to have sufficient data so that, there is no confusion here, and the customers get what they want. So, with that, we have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much for staying with us for an entire long hour. We really hope that you have got some of your answers clarified, and you can go ahead and start off your PMax campaign. If you are completely new to PMax campaign, please go ahead and kick off with your first ever PMax campaign. Before leaving, I want to reiterate, you have a lot of exciting opportunities here. Go ahead and scan this QR code so that you can get an opportunity to meet our PMs and join the P community. Also, whoever has engaged with us in today's session have an opportunity to get Google Swag. I'll take up a question. Don't we have to add keywords in the product title? Okay. So, yes, like keywords, this is more for a search campaign, I would say, where it is a best practice to add keywords from the product title. But because PMax is a keywordless campaign, it definitely you can add keywords to your product title, but we have to ensure that the information is sufficient. If that information is relevant for that product, it includes specifications that are important for the customer, you need to add that in your product title.
There are two more questions, Ratrika. Um, would you still recommend PMax lead gen for a client with low volume of actual final conversions, say for education and real estate, for example? For Violante, Performance Max campaign is an AI solution that can cater ads to your potential customer in 7 different Google loan placements. Yes, Performance Max campaign is recommended since it can expand your reach and can increase your total conversions. Strongly recommended for education and real estate. Suggestion are to add conversion events, conversion value, run power pair That means running Performance Max along with search. I believe this answers to your question. There is one other question from, let me put here. Yeah. So, in my experience, sometimes a PMax campaign will bring a spam lead for a lead gen campaign. Is there any way to reset the PMax campaign learning so it can start over? So, the response to this is that yes, you can update the conversion goals, bidding strategies, creatives, audience signals, search themes to increase the relevancy of your campaigns. Campaign learning period will be around 2 weeks, and you can still restructure the asset groups within the same max campaign. I believe this answers to your question.
Okay, I think with that, we have tried to answer all the questions. But in case if there are still other questions, please go ahead and scan the QR code to submit in your questions, and definitely the product experts will get back to you. But thank you everyone for joining the session today. Thank you, all of you.
Thanks everyone for joining.